Jada Painting Puba. Hope you are well tonight. So, without any, well, I guess I can't say without any further ado, I won a prize, which I was surprised about. I'm always surprised when I get recognized for something or actually like win something. I don't win a whole lot of stuff. Um, so to say something about that painting, Puba, I was actually going to mention Highlander Games because I am friends with them. They are literally like 5 to 7 minutes away from my house. And I stop in there once in a while, either for minis or paints or just to say hi and, whatever. But I guess they were running a giveaway, and I won because I was probably the oldest person to play D&D that commented, or at least the one that played like the one of the oldest editions of the game. So, yeah, congrats on winning a thing. I did. I won a thing. And I'm going to show it off here in just half a second. Uh, it's this. It is a DM's journal or notebook or whatever you want to use it for. But it says, swords don't kill, DMs do. And to an extent, I would have to say, DMs don't kill players. Players kill players by making either having bad rolls, bad luck, or a combination of the two, or a third is just bad choices. But anyway, um, thanks, Highlander Games. Appreciate it. That was super cool. I went and picked it up tonight, so um, I will definitely find use for it. I like the fact that it's lined, so I don't have to like, you know, parchment paper it out. I have a couple of notebooks that are like that don't have any lines. So this is very cool. Also, got to mention the Forge down in Chaska. Those folks down there do an amazing job of running quarterly painting competitions and just being all around good folks. Kelsey and Alex are doing a fantastic job down there of getting people engaged in the hobby, which is fantastic. Got to give a shout out also to the Gamers Den. My wife went there today up in Cambridge after her and her mom got done up at the Grand Casino Hinkley because that's where mom wanted to go for her birthday. And Kim stopped in there and picked up some pins for her purse because she's got pins and stuff all over her purse. If you know my wife, she's got a plethora of stuff attached to her purse. I appreciate the shout out. You bet, absolutely. Um, I haven't been up there lately. There's a couple of gaming stores up in the St. Cloud area, and I'm blanking on their names right now. But if you're up in St. Cloud, check them out. It's Patty's Game Shop, I believe, is one of them, and then there's another one, and I can't remember what it's called right now. But yeah, go check out your favorite local game store. Buy from them. Keep them in business. Sneak Attack Games. Thank you, Painting Mooba. That is the other one. Patty shut down. They just moved into that whole new big area and they shut down. Oh, that sucks. That's probably why I hadn't seen anything on their Facebook pages in a while. Boo. Well, I'm sorry to hear that Patty shut down, but Sneak Attack Games is still up there. So go. That you know what, that makes it even more imperative to go and support your favorite local game stores, whether it be the Source here in Minnesota or Forge down in Chaska or Dreamer's Vault, which they have several locations around the Twin Cities, or Sneak Attack or Gamer's Den here in Minnesota. Any of these game stores in Minnesota, or if you're not in Minnesota, or if you're across the pond, or if you're international, you know, go to your game store, support them, and keep them in business because these are the places that you'll connect with other gamers, you'll connect with other miniature painters, and maybe you'll find someone like me or like Painting Poobah or Kelsey or whomever that shares your love of painting, and maybe they'll show you a new technique, or maybe you'll show them something, and um, start up a friendship that way, and maybe get some games in. How cool would that be? So anyway, we've got Malson, the young mage here, uh, done up by Darksword Miniatures. So my buddy Jim at Darksword, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. And he's the owner and um, president of Darksword, and actually another Minnesota-based company, actually. So he knows Dan very well there at the source, and he had one of his wonderful sculptors. I think it was Tom Meyer. Now I gotta look it up. Hold on. Darksword Miniatures. Oh, maybe special editions. Oh my goodness, so many. Oh, that's right. There is a Captain source, the tribute to one of the owners of the source that had passed away. Let's see if I can find who sculpted him. I think I'm going too far back. Where is his mini? See, his figure finder is unfortunately. Shadow Sea. What are those? Deep Wars painting DVDs. Miniature finder. Was it Tom Meyer? Maybe it was Jeff Grace. Oh, it could have been Patrick Keith. No, I don't know. I thought I'd kept the. Oh, maybe I did. Is it right here? Huzzah! Gene Van Horn. See, that's why I keep this stuff, so I remember who did it. So, if you're looking for Malson, the young mage, that is the SKU number DSM 7247, sculpted by Gene Van Horn. I would not have remembered Gene Van Horn. I remember Jeff Grace, Patrick Keith, and Tom Meyer, but I didn't remember Gene, who's a fantastic sculptor. So yeah, Gene did a great job on Dan here, and hopefully we're gonna finish him up tonight. So, and I was looking at the purple, and I really don't like it. I think I'm gonna do it differently. I think. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab some Hive Dweller Purple. Can I get a shout out for Knighthood Games down in Cookeville, Tennessee? They do some awesome work, especially one person there named Eddie. Absolutely, Knighthood Games down in Cookeville, Tennessee. If you're down in Tennessee, go check out Knighthood Games. It's apparently Painting Poobah. Says they're another fantastic local game shop. So yeah, definitely go check them out if you're down in Cookeville, Tennessee. So yeah, we're gonna grab. This is Speed Paint. This is Hive Dweller Purple. Yeah, you're welcome. I don't know how far my reach will go, but this will go up on YouTube at some point in time, and maybe somebody will see it and they'll go, "Oh, I know them." So we're gonna darken this up because I actually want my other purple to be the main color. So I'm gonna darken this up. with this speed paint here. Yeah, I just wasn't liking that purple. I wanted it to be a little bit darker. This was looking, I took some photos and it was just looking weird. So I want to redo it. And that's one nice thing about paint. You can just paint over it. Mind equals blown. Yeah. You can paint over it? What? Well, not everybody, everybody thinks, oh, now I gotta strip it, right? Like, no. I mean, unless you're missing detail. No. If you think you're completely done with it, and whatever, then maybe, but it's almost like this whole layering technique thing, it's just a fad, right? We're gonna go back to just one colors. You get 3 colors, that's all you get to use. Kids these days, no kidding, right? I mean, to be honest, that's a whole other thing. No, my kid's pretty good, so. Yeah, you only get 3 colors, Alex. There's your challenge. You get 3 colors. Pink, neon green, and yellow. You get to use black and white as your shade colors. The series didn't worse to Kelsey and I. Those don't scare me. Fair enough. But do tell, because now I want to know, like, what did Siri give you that you were like, what? The Mose. Haven't stopped by in a while. Glad to see your work is still top notch. Well, I appreciate that, Mose. I appreciate it a lot. I mean, I do my best here. At least I try anyway. Yeah, welcome back. Glad to have you in. I've been, I wasn't on Sunday or Monday. I was going to on Monday, but my back was all messed up. I went to the chiropractor yesterday, and like I was saying on the stream last night, because I did one last night, that my hips were displaced. She literally had to put my legs back into their sockets. And let me tell you, I mean, it wasn't so much like it was painful for that to happen, but just the lead up to it was painful. I'm still dealing with some hip and lower back pain, just muscle pain, like getting over it and stuff. Painting Boa says we've had some odd color blends. The worst was a desaturated batch of purple and gray. It was miserable. You should come down for a 1-hour painting event sometime. Getting down to Chaska like after work or whatever is tough. because I don't get off work till 5. But if it was on like a weekend, maybe. My weekends in June are already booked. I'm so freaking busy. July, I don't think we have anything going on, and then August gets busy again. It's on Saturdays typically? Okay, I'll have to try and get down there sometime. I want to get down there to the Forge anyway, just to check the place out, because I've never been. Is that almost dry? It's almost dry. Well, Maz, I hope you're doing well. And welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Was that welcome back, Kata? Mr. Kata, Mr. Kata, Mr. Maz, Mr. Maz. Alright, we're gonna grab some purple. Mix it into this purple. See, that's the other thing. Here's like. This is for beginner painters. Even though speed paint is kind of like a wash to an extent, or stain. I like to call them stains. They're more of a stain, especially if you put them over white primer or gray with a white primer dry brushed over it, you know, the whole slap chop thing. Yes, sir, still have my mini I commissioned you for a few years ago. It doesn't get played anymore, but I still have him. I'm glad you still have him. That's awesome. You can always mix paints. Like I'm mixing purple from Pro Acryl into my Hive Dweller purple from Army Painter. It's just paint, so you can do this and not, you know, worry about it. To be honest, it's just paint. Mix paint. Find new things. Moz, if you could please remind me what I painted for you, because I am old and don't remember everything that I've painted. It's no disrespect to you, I swear. It's more my brain. I have painted so many minis that I don't always remember what I have worked on for folks. This is what. This is why I like going into my my Facebook memories and going, oh yeah, I remember that. Now who painted that for? I should put their name or something. Yeah. This is who I painted it for. This is where it's gone. Blah blah blah. And I always go, oh yeah, there's that one. Because I have painted hundreds, if not thousands, of minis now over the course of 25 years. Oh, it's all good. It was a Hero Forge mini, charcoal skinned guy with fiery hair, a sword, and a flame in his hand. Okay, I vaguely, yeah, I remember that one. I think I remember that one. Painting Poopon, thanks so much for popping in. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great night with your dad. I'm sure I'll probably see Kelsey pop in at some point. Oh, she's getting ready to start her day hours. Isn't it this week? We were talking about that, or oh wow. Say hi to Kelsey. She's a nerd. I will. I will say hi to Kelsey. big darn nerds, so it's just fine. Yeah, I like that darker purple better than that lighter one. Lighter one was too pastel looking. Well, I don't mind pastel. I don't think Dan wanted to have any pastel here, so. Not that Dan is against pastel. I just don't think he's wanting that. Alright, mix a little bit more purple into this mix here just to brighten it up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I like that purple a lot better. Back in there. Yeah, like so. Alright, and the final highlight is actually going to be straight up purple from Pro Acryl here. If I need to, I can add a little bit of white to this, but we'll see. Just a couple little brush strokes there. Down like that. Boy, it is certainly getting to be summertime. It is almost 8:30 and the sun's still out. That's really nice for us here in the upper Midwest of the country. Take all the sunshine and warmth we can get so we can battle through the impending gloom and darkness of the winter up here. That looks much better. I like that darker purple more than I like the off purple. It's 9:30 here and just barely has some light. Sometimes in the summer I can still see it at 10 p.m. Yeah, when I lived out in Seattle, it was about 9:30, 9:45 when the sun finally went down out there. My wife was just like blown away. We went out there. We went out there in June when my daughter was 6, so it must have been 2006. And we're out tooling around with her, and I took him to some of my old stomping grounds out there, and she's like, "What time is it?" I'm like, 9:15. She's like, "Why is the sun still up?" I'm like, "Because we're on the West Coast, and the sun doesn't go down here until like darn near 10." So yeah, it's pretty nice out there. That's the one thing that I miss about the West Coast, is having sunlight till, darn near 10 o'clock. Do I still have any white left? Yeah, but it's mixed with stuff. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna grab some fresh white. Yeah, living out in Seattle was something special. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I was born in 75, so I. Oh yeah, no, no. Yeah, so I took my daughter out to Seattle back in 2006 when she was like 6 years old, and they were hugely surprised with the fact that the sun was still out at like 10 o'clock. Now, I grew up out there, uh, moved to the Eastern Washington when I was 3, lived there till I was 13, then moved to Western Washington, the Seattle area. And then, yeah, so I grew up in the grunge era out in Seattle as it was starting. People are always asking me, what was it like? I'm like, weird, People wearing Nirvana Central, yeah. Uh, so, while I enjoyed grunge as a musician, I preferred Alice in Chains and Soundgarden to Nirvana. I liked the first 2 Pearl Jam albums, but the rest of them kind of left me wanting. And that's the thing with, like, when Nirvana got big, you could hear them on every radio station because the hard rock station would play Smells Like Teen Spirit or, any of their harder stuff. The soft rock station would play their stuff from MTV Unplugged. The alternative station would play like, oh, this is from their initial album Bleach. You know, they'd play something off the wall and whatever. You know, the contemporary station would normally play something, you know, weird, you know, or whatever. Oh, this is the soft rock version of Smells Like Teen Spirit or whatever. But you couldn't get away from them. It was like Dave Matthews Band there for a while. Whatever channel you turned to on the radio dial, you'd get freaking Dave Matthews Band. It was normally like Crash in Me. Mo says, I was in elementary when the grunge era was in, so it's just childhood to me. Probably why Linkin Park became my favorite group of all time. Yeah, probably that new metal came out. I was talking to a buddy of mine who is in his early 40s. So I got like 7 or 8 years on him. And he was telling me like, oh yeah, like Static X and Dope and Seven Dust. And I'm like, so new metal. He's like, yeah. Never got into it. I'm not faulting anybody for liking it. That's fine. You can like whatever you want. It just wasn't my shtick. I'm a prog rock guy. I like me some. Being a drummer, I like me some odd time signatures, but I also like Pink Floyd. So what are you gonna do? Of course, I get so many people like, "Oh, you like Pink Floyd? Are you a stoner?" I'm like, "No, I just like the music." My daughter got into Linkin Park for a while. I think she still is to an extent. She's like, "Oh, you gotta listen to this one album." So I listened to it, and I was like, she's like, "Oh, it's so kind of whatever avant-garde, or oh, they're talking about political stuff that that's was happening back then." I'm like, "Yeah, it's still happening today." What? I'm like, yeah, listen to any news report. It's the same stuff. Nothing's changed. Nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. She gets back to me a little later. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you're right." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." She's funny. She's 24. Yep. Nothing wrong with Pink Floyd. I like prog rock as well. I kind of dabbled in a lot from alt, emo, prog, classic punk, pop punk, but new metal just hits hard when I'm at the gym. Oh, yeah. Oh, if it's gym workout, yeah, little Linkin Park, little Corn. Like I said, just because I'm not a fan of those bands doesn't mean I can't appreciate what they did and brought to the table for people that got into that music and actually made them into musicians, if that's what's influenced you. I mean, I play in a Irish punk band now. I never thought I would ever play in that kind of music, but that's where I'm at now. It's weird. And this Saturday, I get to go play in an outlaw country trio. What? The Surf's Beer song is still in your playlist? Oh, nice. Yeah, we are. So we've got Will Work for Beer as our first album, and we just got done. Well, I can't say we're done yet, but we go back in on June 14th to record vocals and lead guitars for our new album. So we'll have a new one coming out. Gonna have some really good songs on it too. So looking forward to that. What color should I do that scabbard? Alright, we're gonna do. Where does. Fingers are here somewhere. They're like engulfed in the flame here. The beer song. Yep. As far as influences go, though I don't think I would have ever picked up a bass guitar and learned if not for Green Day in middle school. Oh, yeah. Like I said, everybody is influenced by something. Like to be honest, my guilty pleasure band is Great White. Every time Once Bitten, Twice Shy comes on the radio, that thing gets cranked. And it was Adi Desbro, their drummer, that got me into wanting to play drums. Because I heard that drum breakdown from that song. And for a while it's literally just bass drum, dun 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 dun, whatever. But then you hear the bum 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 bum. It was just, as a 13, 14-year-old kid, I was like, I want to learn how to play that. And then the more I got influenced by Rush and then Dream Theater and, going back and listening to pretty much the entire discography of Pink Floyd, because my guitar player at the time is a huge Pink Floyd and Supertramp fan. And then getting into like older bands too, like Three Dog Night, the Eagles, and Crosby, Stills, Nash, and then Young, and then Jimi Hendrix, and there's so many great artists and bands out there. Iron Butterfly, Iron Maiden, stuff like that. Just heavily influenced a lot of my playing, and then kind of going back even further and delving into jazz, and even as a drummer, listening to bluegrass, because bluegrass was kind of like the morphed from Irish music. When you saw AC/DC, they had a Pink Floyd cover band open for them and made me really appreciate their music a lot more. Oh yeah, was it the Australian Pink Floyd? Because there's a couple of Pink Floyd cover bands that tour. One's the Australian Pink Floyd, and then there's oh shoot, I follow them on Facebook with the serves. Pink Floydish, which is an American band. But yeah, there's some really great. I think it was just the Pink Floyd Experience. I think that might be the British one. But yeah, great bands. What color do I want to do this flame? I think I want to do it green. Do it green, do it green. Pink Floydish. It's Pinkish Floyd is the American Pink Floyd cover band. And then there's the Pink Floyd Experience, which I think that, like I said, I think those guys are the British version. But the one that like David Gilmour and Pink Floyd actually support the most is the Australian Pink Floyd. I think they said that they sound the closest to Pink Floyd as they can be. Mo says, bluegrass is in my blood though as a Southeast Kentuckian. Oh yeah, probably why I like Dropkick Murphy so much, since there's some influence there. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's huge bluegrass influences in punk. You know, besides, you know, being fast, you know, bluegrass can be angsty or angry or mournful or whatever. You listen to some of the lyrics and it's just, you know, completely different than anything else out there. Orc flash. I want the other one. I want, yeah. Kind of blue-green here. I'm just gonna cover up this real quick. Something magic about some fast banjo picking. Oh yeah. And mandolin. Those mandolin players. Holy cow. Mandolin can make any piece of music better. I mean, yes. I'd also say, like, you get a really good steel guitar player, holy cow. Anything from rockabilly to country to even some cool metal. You put it like a metal steel guitar. It's like what, not just even using a slide. Human Than Human by Rob Zombie. Camera shut off. There we go. That's a slide, but shut off on. But I wonder what a steel guitar would actually sound in a metal song. You get a cool. I mean, it's not metal, but you get a cool steel guitar in Pink Floyd. In oh, what was that name? Oh, One of These Days has a really cool steel guitar part. In fact, that's all that David Gilmour was playing on that. I think he initially played it on with a glass slide on his Fender, but in live, he was using a sit-down steel guitar. Glass slide on a steel guitar is wild. Oh yeah, how about glass slide on a dobro? I don't know what color I want to do that. I think I got some up here. I got some dark umber. Dark umber. Just a little dot. Some light umber. Alright. So I got some dark umber here. We're going to do the handle and the scabbard. Oh, we're actually really close to being done on this guy. Where is my... I'll grab some pale yellow here. You know what other really cool instrument is out there that I think some people overlook is the bouzouki. And Alex Lifeson put that into one of the songs on the Snakes and Arrows album from Rush. So if you ever get a chance, take a listen to that. I can't remember which song it's on. This is our light umber. I'm just going to go right over the dark umber with it. I'm not going to mix it, too small an area. Especially this little lines in through there. Then we're going to take just a little bit of pale yellow. And we're going to mix it right into our light umber here. Yeah, there we go. finish up the book pages. A little bit more pale yellow into our mix here. We're not going to use this on the leathers. The leathers are done. We want to use this on the wood here. Just to hit some of the curves here. We can also use this to highlight the pages in the book. kind of wanted to make that ball there a little bit different. And then we can do the flame here as well. I just put a little pale yellow into our green that we had here. Silver. No. I want copper. So now we're going to put a little bit of copper on these buttons right here. Dot there. And on the clasp. Like that. And I'm going to try and get the belt buckle. Yeah, I like that better than the silver. Alright, let's see if we can do eyes here. So I need an off-white, which means I need to grab my linen white here. And my size 0 brush. We're going to let the eyes dry there. And let's see. We need black. I got some gray here. All right. So that off-white is dry because I only put a little bit in there. There, we got the eyes done. We just used my pen. This little pen right here. This is a 005 micron pen. One of these buggers. Archival ink, Pigma Micron pen. I got several of these because I also use them for inking comic books. Or just art in general. I'm going to mute my mic real quick and we're going to dry this, so hold on just a second. Alright, then we've got this wonderful rattling grime color. This is another contrast paint. It works really good as a wash. So we're going to grab a couple of brushfuls of this. A couple brushfuls of water, I guess I should say, and just thin it down just a little bit. So it's not as thick. We're just going to go right over the base with this. Like so. Make sure I get all the little areas here. Moz, have a wonderful evening. Sleep well. Hope you come back soon. There. Barney Jr. followed just a few minutes ago. Welcome in, Barney Jr. How you doing? Well, there is Malson. He is all done. Ooh. Get some photos of him up on the websites or social medias or whatever you want to call it. Oh, what more could we work on here? What do we have primed up? What do we have primed up? Got an owlbear. Is the owlbear primed up? Yeah, the owlbear's primed up. Owlbear and its base. Should we do that? We almost need to do the base first. This is the base for the owlbear. And here's the cute little bugger himself. He's got feathers all over him. 3D printed by Minis Monthly. And I believe he sits up here somehow. I can't remember how he sits now. Is it this way? Yeah, I think it's like this. Some fuzz on it here. Yeah, I think he sits like that. I think that's it. Suppose I can look him up. Let me see if I can look him up here. We will do a googly search. Minis. What is it called? Miniature monthly miniature. Whoop. Monthly owl bear. None of those are what I was looking for. That's a cool one, though. A couple of the Reaper Miniatures ones are so silly. Best owlbear miniature. Takes me to that same thing. Okay. Images. What's really funny is if you do a search and then you start seeing your own stuff and you're like, oh, hey, I painted that. Oh, that's a cool one. There it is. Okay, so the tree is so they kind of going this way. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna paint him separately for sure. That's the guy right there, right? Yep. Interesting. It's like they printed the base differently. Oh no, they printed him. Oh, it's backwards. Okay. So he sits like he's gonna sit like that. Alright, cool. Well, let's get out of here. So, call me crazy, but I'm going to mix some purple, some brown together here. It's going to give us this lovely color for our tree. Is that part? Yep, it is. We're just base coating this right now. We'll add on some other stuff once we get the main colors here blocked out. Because I have some really cool foliage that I want to use. Some leaves to put around the base. Tufts of grass and such. Alright, I'm going to dry this real quick. Alright, I'm going to be right back. I need to use the restroom, so hold on here just a little bit. I'm going to find some music here for you.
Down on the eastern coast, ruled by the Never let down whether everybody knows. Just to stay afloat. Come winter, spring, or summer. All hands say, come on, that's just the way it goes. Pass around that letter 6 string. Break it down, let the fiddle play. Time, but not the rain. At the end of a down east day. Someone on an old banjo will get it all together. Box with a single roll, you got it in your bones. Try to change the old tunes, but you find it don't get better. 'Cause everybody knows some things are carved in stone. Pass around that letter 6 string. Back it down, let the fiddle play. Time, but not complaining. At the end of a down east day. Freezing in the cold, holes in your sweater, on a big city sidewalk, pennies to your name, thinking let's go. Well, you couldn't do much better. You still got that hold of that eternal flame. Pass around that letter 6 string. Bring it down, let the fiddle play. Time, but not complaining. At the end of down each day. Pass around that letter 6 string. Take it down, let the fiddle play. Time, but not complaining. At the end of down east day.
Oh, what a great band. I love the Fables. Alright, we are back here. Okay, so we got kind of a cool brown purpley mix going on here. And we're going to grab some... Ooh, we almost broke that. We are not going to do that again. There we go. Move that there. Okay. I'm going to swing it that way. We're going to grab some lighter brown. This is going to be a lot of overbrushing to dry brushing to an extent. Because we just got a lot of wood here to paint. I find this is the... Oh, you can actually see where the feet go. There's the little toesies right there. Little toesies right there. That's not showing up very well. There we go. And we'll get some other colors going here too, so none to worry about that. just know that this is an old broken down log that's going to have some moss on it. And it's going to have a bunch of leaves all over. Gray. So we're using a little bit of pale yellow, gray, a little bit of linen white, some of that brown to kind of get this gray, dead brown look here. Accidentally mixed some blue in, but that's fine because we can use a little bit of that down here. It was very light blue, by the way. It wasn't like a dark blue, so that's fine. Thanks. What we want to do for shadow's sake here is we're going to grab some, there it is. We're going to grab some wildwood. This is a contrast paint. We're going to use kind of like a wash again, so it's not as thick as a contrast paint. I'm just going to put it down here like so, just kind of like a wash, because this guy is going to be set like toesies, right like that. So a lot of this is going to be in shadow, especially down underneath him here. So if we use some of this, we go to do fact, we can even use a little bit of turquoise. We can use. Once again, purple coming in as our shade tone here. Thin it down here. So we're going to set this aside for now. I don't know how well he's going to stand up by himself here. But I'm going to use this as like a shaded base coat. I'm going to use some of this wildwood here. Because I primed him kind of a gray-white. And believe me, we're not sticking with this color. He's going to be changing colors. This is just our shaded base coat. We're getting a nice dark brown on him here. So that we can highlight up or we can shade down. Probably shade down first. Another reason why I wear gloves, so I can still touch the model and not get any hand oil on it. I'm going a little bit darker down in here. Because once again, it's going to be in shadow. So I'm not diluting it very much. There we go. And for painting Poobah Save, we gotta make sure that we paint every little bit here. Nothing missing. There we go. Okay, so we got our shaded base coat for our owlbear. Something a little bit more green. Where's my... purple tone? Strong tone. Where's my green tone? There it is. I want to get some green in this here as well. There we go. So we can mix that right into our other tones. So now it starts giving this some life. Right? Like, it was just kind of a dead, kind of a pale white. Now we started adding in some colors with these washes and such. And we can go back through and re-highlight if we need to, or because it's kind of getting a little muddy in through here, which is fine. I took it off screen so I could dry it here. Up a little bit more of this. Okay. Go like that. Bring some lighter color back a little bit. Just up around here. That's the green I was looking for. I'm just using the edge of the brush here to catch some of these higher highlights. So let's grab our bear here. Alright, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Shadows where we need it. Highlights where we need them. So I'm gonna mix some gray into our green here. That's what I wanted. I think that's all I'm gonna do on the base. Once I paint the border black, we'll we'll tone it down a little bit. Looks very greenish gray right now, and there's actually more browns and things like that in it as well. So, speaking of that, grab some coal black. More of this here. Just dot it in there. All right. Time we got 9:52. We got just a few minutes here. Give me 1 second. All right. I'm going to take a little black here. We're going to the tail feathers back here. We're going to give him black feathers. And some nice brown fur. Those look like leaves. Like that's a... Okay. Yep, those are definitely leaves. So that's part of a branch right there. That's a branch right there. This little owlbear is more like a like a spirit of the forest kind of a thing. All right. So what we can do with that. Mini Scribbler, how you doing? I'm doing alright. How about yourself, man? How is your evening going? Trying to find all the little leaves on this guy. You're good? Excellent. These are leaves down here. I'm working on a bugbear and he's got all these little leaves throughout, along with some limbs and stuff. It's like he's more of like a spirit of the forest rather than a bugbear, or not a bugbear, a owlbear. Lunchtime there? No, awesome. It is 10:02 p.m. here in Minnesota, so we're getting ready to wrap up the day. For some of us, the day has already been wrapped up, and we're in pajamas and ready to go to sleep. I'm a night owl, but unfortunately I have a day job that I do need sleep for. So what are you gonna do? Where's that other little? There it is. You're not a fan of painting sculpted fur. I prefer to paint it on a more smooth surface. This is a 3D print that I got from Minis Monthly. And yeah, it's all very sculpted. Lots of feathers, lots of fur, lots of, like I said, little leaves. And it's going to go on to this base right here. That's going to go... You can see where its little toes are. Right there. It's going to sit something like that. Orange. Yeah, it's a nice base of mini for sure. They did a good job on it. Orange. Dark blue here. So how is Australia today? As you are in the future. How's Thursday? Going through a grimdark phase right now, okay? Just bought a bunch of enamel paint and the new villainy inks. Yeah, it's fine getting towards winter now. Yeah, I suppose we're headed into summer and you guys are headed into winter. I would almost prefer that. I mean, not right now. Our winter was weird this year because it was fairly non-existent. We didn't have nearly as much snow, but we're getting a ton of rain for this spring, so I don't know. We're trying to make up for it. Winters here are pretty mild though, especially where I am on the beach. Oh, nice. There are several places on this planet that I want to go to, and Australia and New Zealand are two of them. My wife and I are planning a trip to Ireland, so we're hoping to get to there. We shall see. Grab a little light gray and put that into our black to make it dark gray here. I've had several friends go to Australia, New Zealand, and my other friend Heath is down in Adelaide, Australia. That did get painted. going on, lad? How you doing tonight? Jazz hands? Played an OSE adventure with a new Durgar. Oh, nice. How did that go? He's got a list of things his people sent him out for. That's my backstory. The knight in our party took me from 11 to 1 hit point in a critical miss. Yikes. Why was the knight in your party trying to kill you? Doesn't bode well for your character when your party members are trying to off you. Did you have him? The Discord dice, they are fickle. I don't trust Discord dice. I will roll my own, thank you very much. Forget about me. I'm gonna grab some harvest brown and some orange brown for the fur. anything special about this owlbear. He kind of reminds me of more like a spirit of the forest type of owlbear because he's got these little leaves and branches that kind of come up and around him that are like part of him, which is kind of cool. And then he's going to sit on this base. Like so. And I'm going to do some more work on the base. I'm going to put some tufts of grass and some leaves and moss and stuff on it just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Yeah. Got him from Minnie's Monthly at Con of the North this year. And I thought he was going to be like $30 or something like that, and they were selling him for like 15. 10 or 15, something stupid. And I was like, oh, mine. Yoink. I try not to go too nuts at any con buying stuff because I know that I gotta take it home. But yeah, I had to pick up this owlbear. Alright, here's our harvest brown. This isn't going to make too much of a difference until we get the orange brown on here. So, Letty, been working on anything fun or just the day job and doing some gaming? And also, congratulations to your son for winning or being nominated for that Jerry Award. That's pretty cool. Day night job. Ugh. All work all the time. That sucks. I think you need to find a new job. We're too old for this stuff anymore. Tried Cyberpunk 2077. That's cool. How to train for a new job when you don't have time to train even. Yeah, I mean, there's that, right? See, just a little bit of that Harvest Brown has really lightened him up already. Like his grays and greens, that is an interesting take on a forest spirit owlbear. Yeah. Well, with the kind of the stump thing, looks more like it's a dead stump. I threw a little bit of greens in there, but it's kind of a dead stump. So I wanted some of that to translate into the limbs and leaves that are poking through his fur. Maybe he could go on down to Greasy Lake. Yeah, maybe. Is that in Wisconsin? Alright, so here's our orange brown here. Look at how that changed already. Bruce Springsteen song Boyle short story. I don't know which came first. Trevor's been playing Red Dead Redemption. The first one or the second one? Not sure. I only see the backs of the horses. Okay. You could tell if it's on PS4. It's probably the second one. And if you just even if you look at the look high res, yeah, yeah. If it looks like a movie, that's that's number two. He has a computer he built. Ah, so he's playing it on the computer. Okay, little bit different. Still a great game. Probably better resolution. All right, I am gonna grab some burnt orange. Your job is to keep bugging the kids about getting summer jobs. Yeah. How's that working out for you? Considering it's almost June. Let's tell Trevor to start streaming Red Dead. He'll make a million. Lots of people watching that right now. Somewhat good. They're applying and interviewing at least. That's good. It's hard at that age because you don't want to get just stuck doing the fast food thing all the time. Work at McDonald's or Culver's or whatever. Do I apply primer with a brush or an air gun? I apply it with a brush because of where we live. You never know if it's going to be nice out or not, so I don't tend to do a whole lot of spray priming. Uh, and my airbrush is currently not working, so I'm not airbrushing anything right now. Too much there. There we go. And this is just some orange here for the beak. Mm. That made his face pop a little bit more. I'm not being super picky. I'm not even gonna read that. Your puns kill people, Jeff. You understand that, right? I think you're a serial killer of puns. I don't think you know that. Put good people in the hospital because of those. Yeah, moderator has banned lead logic, yeah. Oh, it's almost 11 o'clock already. Holy cow. The hours goes by way too fast. I mean, I'd be down here painting anyway, so it really doesn't matter, but there we go. Grab a smaller brush here. Take a little bit of Yandan yellow here. Just touch it into the eye. There we go. Now I'm going to do some foliage on our base. Like I said we were going to do. this on here again. Oh, see, that's pretty cool. That more kind of orangey brown fur has a good contrast against the gray greens and purples that we have, and the blue browns that we have on here. But once we get some foliage on here as well, it's gonna look even cooler. You know, I normally use super glue for this. I think I'm going to mix up a slurry of Elmer's glue here. So it's a little bit runnier. Let's use this brush. See, now it's starting to look alive. And I've got some moss here. Kind of tear apart. Make it look like it's coming up out of the tree. And I don't want to overdo it either. Alright, let's see here. If we put our little ollie bear there and there. How does that look? I think that's pretty cool. Anything else? Oh yeah, I can put. Take him off for a second. Putting some autumn foliage down around the edge of the base here. So it looks like that. Okay, I think we're gonna not mess around anymore with foliage. I think that's good. Do you think that's good? Should we put any grass? I don't think we should put any grass tufts on there. There's not any dirt per se. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Alright, let's go ahead and glue him on here. see. Oh, it's that one finger right there. Holy crap. Okay. Alright, well, it is 11 o'clock, folks, or close to it anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and call it for the evening. Thank you, as always, for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I'll be back on Sunday this time, actually, with some more painting. Figure out what we're going to work on next. I've got a ton of stuff kind of lined up. I've got Centaur Warriors, I've got Dragons, I've got more busts, and a ton of other stuff to work on, as I don't have any commissions currently, so we're just gonna work on stuff that inspires us and have fun with it. So, once again, Tox, yeah, hey, Tox, caught me right as I was ending, man. This is, here, I'll show you real quick. Yep, Owlbear. Just finished him. Still drying. This is the owlbear from Minnie's Monthly. So as soon as he's dry, I will get some photos of him. But thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Sleep well when you get there. And as always, happy painting. Thank you all for watching. Lead Logic, Painting Poobah, the Moes, Tux Lafitte, Shank the Noob, Rodorigusu, Regrez, Margazink, Tarsai, Denite, Doc7, ASMR Miu, 8-Row, H80s, Lonely E-Girl, and Darla, and Ava. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful evening, folks, and happy painting.